Hello, I'm Bernie Hayes. Today's guest is Tavon Brooks. He wears many hats, so I don't know how to describe him, but you'll find out today on The Bernie Hayes Show. Welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes. My guest is Tavon Brooks. Tavon, how you doing?
I'm good, sir. No complaints.
Thank you for coming to visit with us today. Tavon, like I said, you wear many hats. You do so many different things. I guess your primary job right now is in real estate, right?
It is.
You're a real estate consultant or what?
Yes, I am.
Okay, tell us about that. What does that contain?
So, man, I love real estate. I found my passion about 2.5 years ago. But first, if I can always give thanks to the elements that make things happen in my life.
Sure.
Today, Bernie Hayes, I thank you for this. It's an opportunity of a lifetime, and I'm just honored, you know.
I appreciate that.
But real estate is my passion. 2.5 years ago, I was pushed into real estate by my ex. She thought I would be the best in real estate, and I love it. I love helping people find their home. I love creating that memory of ownership. I'm an entrepreneur, so it's a good feeling, you know.
But the market fluctuates so now. What kind of market would you consider today's real estate market?
It's a good market for those who want to own something, own real estate.
It's a buyer's market.
Interest rates are now dropping a bit, so for those who are buying homes as a homeowner, I think it's a good time. But even if it's in a good time for you compared to years that were here, then we had 5 and 6 interest rates. You can always refinance it, but it's a good time for anyone that want to own real estate. And real estate, I think, is the way to go because you own it, you know. As the market fluctuates, you can refinance it, you can sell it, you can rent it. So,
do you ever think we get down to 3.5 point interest rates again?
I would have to become one of the, you know, I would have to get in that system that create those numbers, and but you can't really tell.
Sure, because so we're stuck about 5 and up.
Yeah, about 5.
Okay.
You know, I don't even want to give a quote on what it would be because I don't manage that, but
because it does fluctuate.
It does.
But Tavon, you're in the real estate, but the reason I know you and found out about you is your expertise in broadcasting. You know, you run at the National Black Radio Hall of Fame, our radio station. You run the podcast studio and the internet station. So tell us what you do and how I met you.
So I was actually invited by Ed McFarland. I had managed his campaign he ran for committeeman.
Yeah, alderman. He was alderman.
Right.
City.
Well, he never made alderman. He ran for alderman. We didn't win that one. But he made committeeman.
Certainly, yeah.
So he wanted to interview me because
his mother was an alderman.
Yes, his mother, Daisy McFarland. Yes. For like 16 years.
A long time.
Yeah.
Dear friend. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
But he thought it was a good idea to interview me. I guess my story, me being in Israel and other countries, and he invited me. And I kind of have a unique way of seeing life. I think life is business. I think everything can be managed correctly if you properly put your mind to it. And he brought me to the studio, and I think he had an issue with the microphone, and I fixed it because, you know, it's my passion too. So that's how I started, and I became the host to Mindful Monday. So again, to you, thank you, sir. Thank you.
But Mindful Monday airs every Monday.
Every Monday, 12 to 2.
12 to 2, yeah, on BRHF Internet Radio.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
And who's your co-host?
Helen Bailey. She's the daughter of
Velma Jean Bailey.
Correct. I think she was also an older person.
Former alderman. That's right. Older woman. Yeah. Velma Jean Bailey. And but I'm saying, but in a podcasting area, how did you become an expert in that area?
So I went to school for electronics. I have a bachelor's in sound music engineering. People consider me one of the Quincy Jones in Israel.
Okay.
A lot of the artists in Israel would come to me and I would make their music. And I did it just to be involved in the parties and be connected with the people there. So I did the music for them. And
were you scratching?
No, I didn't scratch.
Okay.
I did more of I played piano, so I would compose music for them to sing or to rap or to dance to, and then just my knowledge. Actually, one of my good friends who's a mentor is living in Israel now, educated me on sound. Funny story, I wanted to, it was a contest, and the winner get $100. And in Israel at the time, that was a lot of money. So, it's like 5 times the amount of $1. So I wanted to win, I wanted $100. So I went to a friend of mine and said, look, teach me how to make music. And every night I would tap on this old drum machine, and my neighbors used to get mad. Will you stop that? Will you stop? And I would just kept on hitting the tap late at night, 3 o'clock in the morning. They just eventually stopped. But about 3 to 6 months later, I produced actually 3 songs that I won the contest, but the songs ended up becoming like this national hit. It was called Africa, and ever since that, it was like snow down the hill became a snowball. Okay. I even had the privilege of meeting Stevie Wonder. I could have played for him, but I didn't play for him at the time. My father thought I wasn't gonna make any money being a musician, and told me to go to work. I met Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. They actually stayed in my house when they came to Israel. So it was just, music was in my blood after that. So
this is wonderful. So you're a composer, you're a musician. What instrument do you play?
I mainly play piano, a little guitar, but my passion became in producing, composing, producing music in the studios late at night, just making a track, making some music, and yeah. Well,
again, you didn't answer the question I asked you about. How did you gain this expertise in broadcasting in the studio?
It flowed. When I ran for office, I kind of took it up to promote my story. And
when you ran for office, when you composed music, so man, this roadmap you're on is something else. I got to follow this. We got to talk about each one of these.
When I read a book and they said, when you want to find your purpose, write down your goals. So I wrote down like 300 goals that I wanted to do in my life to find my passion and my purpose, and I just been trying to.
Was there a main goal now or a main objective?
It is real estate, become the greatest realtor in the Midwest, and also provide bed and breakfast. I have a bed and breakfast that it's opening December 1st. But yeah, hospitality is that's my purpose.
Okay.
Real estate.
This is all new to me because I let people know that we're just talking at length for the first time. I knew you every time we have a problem at the internet station or at the podcast studio. In Jamal Rogers, every Wednesday show, there's something that's usually wrong, and I call Tavon Brooks. And Tavon comes and straightens it out right away. Even in the internet radio station at the university, at the Harris State University, Tavon Brooks. And I just want to say thanks. So you're on this mission to do well at everything, and you've certainly generated this interest in the electronics, and my interest, and piqued my curiosity as to how you become such a genius in these different things. But also, you mentioned that you picked this up in Israel. So are you from Israel?
No.
Okay, where are you from?
Originally from Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore. Okay.
I was born in Johns Hopkins Hospital.
Okay.
And I left America. I moved to Chicago. My mother had met this Navy individual who I guess was traveling and believed that life started in Israel. We moved to Chicago. I became vegan in Chicago, and then I moved to Israel, 13, 14, and in Israel, I was kind of shocked of Israel because I didn't think it was so advanced. But Israel is very advanced, very high tech, and it just took off. And that's what I learned. I actually was taught my engineering from Firehouse studio producer who produced Wu-Tang Clan, who produced MC Light in New York. So it just became a part of me.
Okay. Tavon Brooks is my guest, and we're talking about many wonderful things that he is doing and has done and will do. And they're with the New Life Evangelistic Center, 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. Reverend Larry Rice has been providing services for those in need for more than 51 years. And we'll be back with Tavon Brooks after this.
This is an opportunity that God has given all of us at this time to work together to reopen 1411 Locust, which is so urgently needed at this community. I thank God for Bernie Hayes and for his support and standing with us all these particular years. Now it's so critical that you and I do our part also, as Bernie's been partnering with us here at NLEC TV. We've continued to maintain faith, continue to move forward, and now we need some miracles, and that's why I'm asking all of you prayer warriors out there, all of you that are going to use that mustard seed of faith to remove the mountains. There's some mountains, rich and powerful people who move back in the neighborhood, and they don't want 1411 Locust to open. They'd rather leave the people out on the street to slowly die, starved, used, misused, worked over by drug dealers, alcohol, and everything else. We want this place to be a place of hope for those that have lost all hope, and we want to open the doors, and we can do it. As you prayer warriors, go to God in earnest prayer, knocking on the doors of heaven. When He says, ask, it shall be given you, seek, and you shall find, knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Please continue to pray. Pray that God will just let the financial resources come in so we can make all of these repairs. He'll raise up the dedicated laborers for the harvest, that we will continue to see Him do exceedingly abundantly beyond what we can even ask or think. Yes, this is a spiritual battle. The principality and powers are fighting from every direction. But greater is He's in us than he that's in the world. And that's why I'm asking all of you to join us in prayer. Believe God with us. Contact us at New Life Evangelistic Center if you believe that there's people God laid on your heart that we should see. Ask for myself, Larry Rice, or my grandson Chris Aaron Rice, that we can go visit and share the dream with you. And call us at 314-421-3020. Please pray. Get involved now. We need the body of Christ to arise as we work together to reopen this building for the glory of God.
When you partner with New Life Evangelistic Center, you impact so many people. The economy in this country is really hurting so many all over. And we're seeing the number of people who are experiencing homelessness rise. You can make a difference today by giving your gift online at newlifeevangelisticcenter.org. newlifeevangelisticcenter.org. Make a real big change in the lives of so many.
Welcome back. My guest is Tavon Brooks, and he's a realtor. He's an owner. He's an LLC. Tavon, tell us about your business. How can we reach you, first of all?
So it's the Choice Realty Group, LLC.
The Choice Realty Group, LLC.
Correct. And you can find me on TavonBrooks.com, or you can go to TavonBrooks.com, or you can go to thechoicerealtygroup.com, and you can find me.
Okay.
I'm on every platform.
Okay, so you said that's Gundaker?
Right, I'm powered by Coldwell Banker Realty Gundaker.
Okay.
Because until I become a broker, which I'm in school now for, Coldwell Banker is actually powering, it's my broker.
Okay,
so
okay.
I give him credit.
Okay, now, tell us about this Israeli situation. You say your mom met this guy, and you all moved to Israel.
We did.
How long were you there? And tell
Almost
us about
30
your experience
years.
there. How long?
Almost 30 years.
Wow.
My mother moved
You
there
only look like
first.
you're 30 years old. Right?
Yes, I like to take care of my health, you know.
You certainly do. So, and you spent 30 years in Israel?
Yes.
Tell us about the experience.
The experience was, I feel and believe that every individual should go, mainly African American. Everybody should go, but I specifically point out the African American. Since we sing a lot from that area, Jordan River, Swing Low, Speak Chariot, and every story we have is about the area, Jesus, walked the Galilee. I think we should go to really get a feel of the land, because to really speak on it, you haven't been there. It's kind of, you know.
Yeah, but usually when you hear about Africans diaspora, you don't think about Israel. You think about Egypt. You think about Southern Plains. You even think about Mexico sometimes. South America, Africans diaspora.
I feel and believe that Israel, that whole part of the Middle East, it has a history to it when they created it, the Suez Canal, and why they created it, and the disconnect from Africa to Israel. There's a history, I believe, behind it, but that's another story. But I feel and believe that everybody should go. But my experience personally was I enjoyed it. It taught me life. It allowed me to appreciate being back in America and having the freedom of America. America has a lot of freedom.
Oh, no.
And I feel that,
even though what we've gone through over the history, in the past 300 years, we still have
Yeah.
to be thankful for. Let me ask you this. At one time when African Americans, we only hear what people allow us to hear. We only see what people allow us to see. They were talking about the blacks in Israel were called Falasha Jews, and they weren't given full citizenship. Was that all a myth? All a lie?
So the Falashan Jews, I'm not too aware on the Falashan Jews. I can say that there's a community of Hebrew Israelites who moved to Israel who were denied citizenship, but eventually acquired citizenship.
In Israel?
In Israel.
Okay.
They were from...
Mostly come from Florida, right?
No.
No?
See, that was a separate group.
Okay.
There was a few groups that tried to come to
Hebrew
Israel
Israelites,
and set...
okay.
Correct. But the Hebrew Israelite community that lives in Dimona, Israel, the southern part of Israel, mainly from St. Louis, Atlanta, Chicago, Detroit, moved to Israel back in the 60s, started a community, a holistic community, and they had a problem. The Israeli government came with tanks and dogs and water hose and on top of their houses at one point to try to, the same in America, give them that oppression. But the way they handled it was different, and now the country of Israel considers them a village of peace.
Wow.
And they have all rights as in Israel. There are now some challenges with the new leadership there, but for the most part, it changed. They're looked at as citizens.
In October, we're talking about this Hamas raid, and the kidnappings and so forth, and the Israeli-Hamas war now. And I understand your brother's in the Israeli army.
He is.
Tell us about that. That's got to be fearful for you and your family.
Well, it is. It is, and I have other friends in the army. Even some of my friends were kidnapped recently and released.
By Hamas?
No, by Hamas.
Okay.
Correct,
okay.
by Hamas. They were actually at that festival and lived in that area when they was kidnapped. They were brought back. But anyway, it has its tension, the war, but what the media is showing it is, and as it really is, it's kind of a distance from where some of my family are.
Okay.
So they still work, they still go to the beach, they still go to the clubs and bars and lounges, but where it's happening more so on the Gaza Strip, it's kind of like a half an hour from where I went to school.
Wow.
So
you know the area really well.
I do.
Let me ask you this: by your brother being of African descent, is he treated differently in the Israeli army?
Yes and no.
Tell us about it.
I say yes because by him having the American blood, and Israel and America are good friends, so when people see Americans and when they act kind of Americanized, it's like, oh, welcome home. America, the big brother, the big sister.
Sure.
But far as an African, the color, if he do not speak English, then they'll think he's an Ethiopian. And in Israel, they kind of gave attention to the Ethiopians. For whatever reason, political reasons, the Ethiopians had a hard time when it came. So if you act accordingly, if you act like you are intelligent, Israel will respect you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But if you act like, you don't know what you're doing, then, you're going to get the same, tension you get everywhere.
Here in America, right?
Just somebody on the corner doing nothing. So I feel like you got to just handle yourself accordingly, So.
Okay. There's so much I want to talk to you about. And let's get back to the electronics now. Your expertise, if one wanted to start an internet radio station or a podcast or just get better in the broadcast field, they can call you, right?
They can, yes. How
can they reach you again?
So I'm at TavonBrooks.com, or you can call my cell phone directly, 314-333-2879. I answer most of my calls. When they can call, they can email me at TavonBrooksLLC@gmail, or they can get in contact with you, or come to Harris Store every Monday, 12 to 2, and find me there.
Right. This electronic medium has grown so fast. People are actually doing broadcasting. They broadcast from their homes.
Correct.
And you could set all that up if someone wanted to do a podcast or internet radio show from their home. You have that expertise.
I do. I do.
Tell us about how. Is it difficult?
Well, no. Nowadays, social media and the internet has made it so easy to create a podcast. You can buy a small package on Amazon, $300-400, 4 microphones and mixer. You can do it yourself. It doesn't really take a lot. You can go on YouTube and they can actually show you how to connect it, but you can call me if you locally, I can come. I don't mind even traveling to another state to do it for you, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy, pretty simple. Now, you can just plug it in and you can just start talking. That's how simple it is. You can use your cell phone nowadays to start a podcast if you wanted to.
It's so interesting because you know so much about it, and I still haven't caught up with all this technology. How do you keep up with the technology?
My son is now my focus point on technology. He knows more than me pretty much, and in order for me to keep up with him, I have to keep studying, learning what's new out. So he always calls and tell me, "Dad, I got this new app," and I'm looking at it, and it's, what? How we? And he's today's generation. If you don't keep up with them, they will definitely leave.
They'll leave us behind.
They will leave us behind. So my son is a contributor to that. You know.
Tavon Brooks is my guest, and we're here at the New Life Evangelistic Center. And it's so interesting. Speaking to Tavon, he goes, he has so many hats to wear. And we'll be right back with Tavon Brooks after this.
The Burning Hayes program is produced at NLEC TV right here at 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. It's our new headquarters since they closed the 1411 Locust building. We're working to get back into that building. In addition to that, trying to help so many people through a wide variety of safe houses, training programs, transportation assistance, so many ways people are getting help because of all of you that are supporting the work of New Life Evangelistic Center. Now, if you'll send a gift of $25 or more, we want to send you this special, the Burning Hayes Show cup. And we're giving that to people. It's just a way of saying thank you. So when you send your gift, request a cup. We'll be happy to get it off to you. It's New Life Evangelistic Center, P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. That's 63166. You can give online at nlecstl.org. Now I'm really asking all of you to join us in praying. The needs are so phenomenal at this particular time. So many hurting and homeless people are contacting us daily, but we're able to help them because of each one of you that are praying, caring, and sharing at this time. Tell your families and friends about NLEC TV and get directly involved yourself.
We'll return to our guests after this Black History Moment. Today's subject, B.B. King, Roddy B.B. King. Born on a plantation in Ada Benny, Mississippi in 1925, he moved to Memphis, Tennessee in his early 20s with the intention of making his living playing the blues. Roddy B.B. King has been called the King of the Blues and Ambassador of the Blues, and indeed he has resigned and reigned across the decades as the genre's most recognizable and influential artist. His half-century of success owes much to his hard work as a touring musician who consistently logged more than 200 to 300 shows a year, and he managed to change with the times while attending his blues roots. As a guitarist, B.B. is well known for his single notes played on the hollow blues guitar, Gibson guitar. B.B. King died May 14th, 2015. He was 79 years old. B.B. King.
God loves a cheerful giver. Even though things are really tough right now, you can make a difference in the lives of so many. New Life has been doing this work for 50 years, and we have seen God's gracious goodness through people like you who have participated in this work. There are so many people who are suffering. More people are becoming homeless for the first time with the rising costs of inflation and food and housing and so many other commodities. We need help. You can make a difference today in the lives of so many by giving your tax-deductible gift to P.O. Box 473, St. Louis, Missouri. Or go to newlifeevangelisticcenter.org or call to get involved in this incredible work.
Welcome back. My guest is Tavon Brooks, and we've been talking about so many different things. He's an entrepreneur, he's an insurance broker, he's a musician, he's a composer, and so many other things. Now, Tavon, I understand that you're opening up or have a bed and breakfast. Well, how'd that turn about?
I do. So when I first started real estate, I managed property for a family in Pennsylvania. They loved my service. They loved how I was moving, how I managed their property. And 2 years later, they gifted me some property.
Gifted you some property.
They did.
That's wonderful.
Gifted me some property. And now I'm converting it to a bed and breakfast. And it's beautiful.
Where is it located?
South Side, South Compton, 3170 South Compton, right across from the high school, Roosevelt High School.
Roosevelt High School, okay.
On the corner. It's a beautiful piece of property. And the goal of the bed and breakfast is to just really show the hospitality and connect it with the real estate.
What is a bed and breakfast?
It's like a mini small hotel, private small hotel that you can come and it's all the accommodations of a hotel, but yet it's just a few people and it's more personal.
Okay.
More customizable.
So is it affordable?
It is. It's affordable. It ranges from $300 a night to $500, depending on the amenities you want. You can order in-house shelf for you for the time you're there. You can order transportation. So whatever you want, we have the accommodations that will fluctuate the price, but yes, it's affordable.
Is it mostly for families or for single persons?
Either or. I have single rooms. I have a couple rooms.
So it's several rooms.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you can get the whole house if you wanted to.
This is wonderful. Once again, what's the address and where is it?
3170 South Compton. You can also find it on my page, TavonBrooks.com, under the Hidden Gem. It's called the Hidden Gem Bed and Breakfast.
Hidden Gem?
Hidden Gem. Wow. It's a gem in St. Louis because you won't even know it's there until you actually...
Gem, G-E-M.
G-E-M, yes. Yes. So
this is fantastic. You do so many things. Like I said in the introduction, man, this is a man who wears so many hats. So Tavon, is there anything that you want to talk about that we haven't talked about? What about the real estate?
Real estate?
Is it available? Is a lot of stuff available right now?
The market is limited, but if you're serious, there's something always available for you. You can always call me. Whatever you want, I can find for you. But mainly, I would like to share that I'm a father, and I'm a proud father. Yes. And I just want to share to the other fathers out there, just stay focused and invest in your children. You know, it's a lot of children dying nowadays in St. Louis from senseless, just because they could have just waited or asked a question. And I really want to share that. Just use the mindset of, let me check, maybe he misunderstood me. Let me see if there's a question. Just be patient.
Yeah. I see the picture of you and your son often on Facebook and what you post up there. And it's just like a really wonderful relationship.
I appreciate it. So he's my drive. He's the reason I do everything I do. And it's just, I'm making it better me, and I can feel it. This
is great. Now, you're concerned about your family in Israel. Tell us about that briefly.
I am concerned, but I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned because there's a community well respected that is protecting each other. So I'm not concerned for her safety in that manner. I'm more concerned that you don't have a name on a rocket that falls. So if they happen to drop a rocket and she's there, I'm more concerned.
About your mother?
My mother.
Yeah.
Because she works about a half an hour from where they're having, about a half an hour, 40 minutes from when they're having the war and the conflict.
Yeah.
So if they shoot a rocket and it falls where she is, then, I'm more concerned of that.
Sure. How often do you communicate?
Maybe not often enough, maybe once a week at least.
Well, I just wish you the very best, Tavon Brooks, and I just want to say thank you for visiting with us today.
Thank you for having me, sir.
And I'll see you every Monday.
Yes, sir.
From noon to 2 o'clock at the Harris Stowe State University
Thank you, sir, for having me.
The Sean Center. Thank you so much for coming on.
You're welcome.
And thank each and every one of you for supporting the New Life Evangelistic Center, 2428 Woodson Road here in Overland, Missouri. Reverend Larry Rice needs your support. We need your support. We need your love. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday season. Have a great day. I'm Bernie Hayes.